Hey guys, welcome back to Zombie Tactics. Today doing a review of the Thrunite Model T10 flashlight, as I promised in an earlier video that I would be doing a complete review of this flashlight. The T10 is what I would call a utility flashlight. And if you saw my previous video on the difference between a utility and a tactical or defense flashlight, you'll know that that means that the way that it operates means that it's not especially good for self-defense purposes, as in, shining in someone's eyes or something like that. The way that you operate the light, as you'll see in a couple minutes, doesn't really lend itself to that kind of operation very well. However, it is a very good flashlight, and I'll say that it's proven itself to be a quality product over the past 6 months or so that I've had this sitting in my back pocket, rolling around on the floor of my car, in the glove compartment, in the center console. I think it got run over by a truck once on some hard gravel. My wife dropped it on the ground a couple of times during a recent camping trip, and it keeps on going. And I've had this 6 months. I've been using it a lot, and I just barely replaced the battery recently. It finally started getting a little dim. And that brings me to one of the reasons why I think this is a great everyday flashlight, and that is that it takes a common AA battery, a single one of those AA batteries, and puts out an incredible amount of light for a single battery light. As a matter of fact, in the high mode, if I click it to that, see, there's the low mode, there's the medium load, there's the high mode. In the high mode, this is somewhere north of 160 lumens, and I'll go ahead and I'll post up on the video here exactly what the specifications are. At 160 lumens, I forget how long the light will last on for that period of time. The middle setting, there's the low, there's the middle, that is about 20 lumens, and at the lowest setting of all, the firefly or candle mode, whatever they call it, 0.2 lumens, it will last almost 150 hours. I think it's like 142, 147. You'll see it come up on the screen here. These are all very handy light levels to use. At that bright level, you can find your way around in the dark very well on a dark trail, a completely dark area. We use it that way camping for that. The middle setting, that's plenty good for just finding your way in the dark too. Just more battery power, maybe not needing to light up the area as much. And by more battery power, I mean it'll last longer. The low mode, the candle mode or the firefly mode, this is surprisingly effective. 0.2 lumens, you can use that to read a map in the dark or something like that without affecting your night blindness. If you're out doing some camping or doing some nighttime stuff, or one of the things that I thought of is if you're into astronomy and you want to take a telescope out to a dark area or something like that, a lot of times you want to get away from the city light pollution, and you'll get out to some place that's very, very dark, and you don't want to mess up your night vision. So you can use, if you're reading star charts or stuff like that, you can use this on low power mode. It won't mess up your night vision, and you can still read whatever you need to do, check some settings on your telescope or anything like that, and it works just fine for that. The flashlight comes with a number of things, as typical, and I'll roll in a picture here. Thrunite sends it to you in a nice little tin with some good accessories. This does come with a pocket clip. I haven't attached it to this flashlight. It comes with a spare O-ring so that you keep that good and sealed. I wouldn't call this a underwater flashlight. I wouldn't call this waterproof. I would call it water resistant. I wouldn't be afraid to use it in the rain. I wouldn't use it scuba diving or in a cloudburst. Okay, let's get that settled. It also comes with this handy accessory here, and this is something that I wish more people would include with these flashlights, and that is this little candle wand or whatever. You use this at whatever power level you've got, and you stand that in the middle of your tent or on your camping table or something like that, and that throws a fair amount of light over a pretty good area, where you could use this for signaling people, things like that, and it's very effective in that way. Comes in that nice tin that's typical for Thrunite, and as I said, good quality. It's been beat up a little bit. I will go a little bit into the mode of operation again. It is a click-on, click-off type of a light, and you switch modes by repeatedly clicking the light on and off, and that's why it doesn't necessarily work very well as a tactical flashlight or a self-defense flashlight. You wouldn't want to be in a situation where you're going to shine this in somebody's eyes and find out, oh, I had it on, maybe the low mode, at that time, and so now that's where it is. There is a feature with this where if you leave it on for a couple of seconds and then leave it off for 2 seconds, it will go back in the power mode that you previously had it on. But that leaves you in a situation of always having to remember, well, what is the last power mode that I had this on? So I'd use it as an everyday flashlight, a great everyday flashlight. This is going to continue being in my pocket or in my glove compartment of my car until it wears out, and I don't think that's going to be for quite some time because it seems like it's a pretty good solid built flashlight. Hard anodized aluminum body. The plastic cap is a nice feature that I wish everybody would include. If there was one criticism I had for Thrunite, it was that I wish that this was a screw-on cap instead of a push-on cap, because this will, if you drop it on the ground with some force, the cap will come off, and I just don't like that. Overall, though, the Thrunite T10, a very good quality flashlight, very good for the money in particular. You can look at the links down in the video description here, and there's all the different places you can buy this flashlight if you want to get one. It certainly gets my stamp of approval. That's the Thrunite T10 flashlight. That's Zombie Tactics for today. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.